So that's where we're starting. Go on, Crash. What you got?
I remember.
I can see your face.
Not,
Here we go.
I'm just saying, if I remember, not this E3, but the E3 before that. Not last year's E3, but the E3 before that. We very much so did not like the idea of points and were against the idea of points. So I'm just wondering, I'm not against us doing points, but like, where'd that change come, you know?
I remember last year we didn't get a single one right. So at least this year, what usually happens is like 2 weeks from now, we'd go back and look at our predictions and make that a topic of the show, right? But usually, Chris, it's just me and you. We were a 2-man podcast, and it's not as fun when it's 2 people. Like, preferably, I would have wanted 4 people for this, but I don't really like people, so I didn't invite anybody else. So for me, it was like, this year, I feel like we'll be able to open the conversation a bit more if we have like a little point here, a little point there, a little bit this, a little bit of that, you know? Yeah, so that's where my head's at, Crash.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. I'm not against it. I just want you to know I'm not against the idea at all. I just needed to understand, you know?
Okie dokie.
Is there any wiggle room here for, maybe a slightly more bananas prediction to score more than 1 point?
No.
Okay, fine.
That's unfair.
No.
you can't,
If you want to talk about Gears of War Brothers and Sisters 2 coming out, like I announced last week, that's on you. If it happens, you're getting 1 solid point, my friend. And I think you're underestimating what a solid point's going to do for your career. You're going to go from here and go work for Podcast Unlocked after this. Like, that's how good this is, all right?
Okay. I think it's also important to note that the fact that it's point systems also means you might get points taken away that we might have given you a full point
That's
for
facts.
before.
That's facts.
So,
if you're so wrong, me and Crash, we make up the rules as we go, Matt. Let's be honest.
Oh, God. I didn't like this.
Look, I'm just saying, this is the week after E3 is basically going to be a trial because we're all going to be trying to deduct points from other people. Like, yeah, they announced Psychonauts 2, but it didn't come out right away, and it was kind of weird because they didn't say Psychonauts 2. They just showed it.
So they just put Tim Schafer on the stage. What the heck? Like, you get 0 points. You get 0. Okay.
I see how it is.
Anyway, let's get into our first one. Kresh, we will start with you. Number 1 prediction for the Xbox Showcase. Kick us off. 2021.
Anybody who has been watching for a while knows I have an affinity for Killer Instinct. Now, I would be a fool not to predict Killer Instinct. I would be a fool not to leave it as one of my first ones. Because I have a feeling, just a gut feeling, that one of you guys was for some reason going to decide to steal the Killer Instinct prediction. I had to put it first. You were? Yeah.
Literally, my first prediction is take Killer Instinct from Crash.
You did yourself in there, Fix, then.
I would have done.
You should have won first. You should have won first.
Nah, because it would have been more fun. It would have been funny if if you would have been like, Starfield is coming out, and I'm like, yeah, Killer Instinct. Crash looks at me like, oh, how dare you, sir? Nani? Like, it's one of those situations. So you're saying Killer Instinct coming out? A new Killer Instinct's going to be announced.
Yes, it's going to be announced.
No studio? You're not going with a studio for this one? You don't want to give us a sprinkle of a release date? What are we talking here?
I'm not giving you guys a sprinkle of a release date. I'm not giving you guys a studio. I'm just saying it's being announced because honestly, like, saying that it'll be announced is a Hail Mary at this point right now. So, I just want the point if I can get it. I don't want to be deducting points if I'm like, it'll be this studio and it's not the studio,
That's a very smart play. Very smart. Matt, what do you think of that? Killer Instinct. What's the likelihood of a Killer Instinct game coming? Nah, I don't think so. Because Iron Galaxy came out the other day saying how they would like to do it, but is that a ruse?
It could be, right? I think you've got like a 20% chance maybe of it coming out. It's not crazy absurd, but unlikely.
Unlikely. Okay, Matt, number 1 for you. What you got?
Yeah, so I'm looking at my list here, and there's a good chance I come out with 0 at the end of this whole thing.
I respect that.
And so I wanna at least get a point on the board. Okay, so the first prediction, we're going safe. We're going super safe. Starfield is announced as an Xbox console exclusive.
Boo!
I know.
That's stinky. That's already confirmed. That's stinky.
It's not though, is it? It's not confirmed. And look, my other predictions, like I say, there's a good chance I get 0
Honestly,
across the board here. So
I'm gonna take a second here and actually argue against you that it's not confirmed, because I'm pretty sure that Phil Spencer said expect all games to be Xbox exclusives, something along the lines of that, implying all games, and people just didn't want to believe that. And I don't think living in denial means that it wasn't confirmed.
We know he's a Sony
That's all I'm
fanboy.
saying.
It's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna let you rock with that prediction. It's cool. We can give you a point. I'll give you a point right now. Matt's one
I'll
up.
give you a point right now.
You know,
Man just moved the goalkeeper away from the goal. You shoot. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, you can have your
look,
little
if the
boring
consensus, if the
one.
consensus is
You
I'm
keep
not
it.
allowed it.
No.
Hey,
You're allowed
you play
it.
your game. You play your game, bro.
We
You
never
play your
said
game.
that.
Yeah. Don't
Like I
put
said,
words in our
it
mouth.
will probably,
Yeah.
it will probably be the only point I get all three E3. So
Fair enough.
I'm
Let me
okay
look.
with it.
Let
I'm
me
okay
have a
with
look
it.
down my little list. All right, I'll go with my number one is we will see a big update on Grounded, and they will show us more of the game's story mode. That will be the focus on what they show for Grounded. We're going to see a big update where it's like we've added this and we've added this and we've added this and we've added this and new bugs and new this and new that, right? But they're going to do like a little sizzle reel of that part. And then they're going to be like, but we know you want to know more about the story. And then it's some little kid walking along with his tow truck and he's like, do, 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 and he squashes one of our characters. And then that's the story opening up. That's my big number one. And I think I generally feel like now is the right time to talk more about Grounded, right? It was one of those games that came out in early access. We played it, we had fun with it, but it was very much a case of like, okay, there's not much more to do here. And I feel like E3 is the perfect place to show more.
I
Yeah,
hope
I
you're
can
right
see
with
it.
that prediction. I would actually really like that. I did enjoy Grounded. I think it's such, even for like the type of game it is, it's such an interesting universe that I'd love for them to do a story focused thing, because that was the thing that was apparent when we were playing it, is that there is a story.
Yeah.
So I hope you're right on that one.
So that is my numero uno. Crash, number two.
Okay, so my prediction's going to be about Halo Infinite.
Shocker,
I know,
shocker.
I know a lot of people
Shocker.
want to see the campaign come back. I've seen people saying they're going to like show another portion. I don't think they show campaign at all.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be all multiplayer. And I'm going to add a little bit of spice to this one, because I think Halo Infinite's going to be there. It's going to have multiplayer. Kind of just a boring prediction. I'm going to go ahead and say that it is going to have a BR mode. They're going to announce a BR mode. I'm not saying they're going to show it, but they're going to say it has a BR mode to some effect.
All
I'm
right,
going to add a little spice to that prediction.
Okay, so the prediction is so let me just, so I can get it right in my head, right? Is the prediction they won't show any story stuff, or is it just they will show multiplayer and announce a BR? Where are you at with this? I need to understand.
Okay. It will be that they will only show multiplayer. I want to make it extra spicy. They will only show multiplayer.
You
He
are
was doing so
screwed.
well.
So here's what I'm going to say.
He's gonna get like 6 of a point. I'll be like, yo, they mentioned multiplayer. Here's your little quarter of a point, my dude.
Because
Look.
there's no way that it's not
me-
in like a sizzle reel or like you're screwed, Crash.
No, because
You're
no,
screwed.
he's saying no. That's not what he's saying. He's not saying.
It's not. I don't care
He's
about
saying,
sizzle reel.
he's saying like the focus of what they show of Halo. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gresh, but the focus of what they show of Halo Infinite is going to be
Well, that's fine.
multiplayer. And they announce a BR. Not that they won't like Master Chief's walking across the beach with a drink in his hand. Like, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. Like,
That's a bold prediction.
I'm not. Hey, I didn't say that. Hey, that's not number 2 of mine.
That's Fix's
not number
prediction.
2.
Write it down.
No.
Look,
But yeah,
Matt decided to go for the easy one. I decided, I gotta throw some extra spice. I gotta make this a little interesting.
bit of
All right,
spice.
all
I
right.
respect it.
Well,
Matt.
if you want to throw down that spice, I'll double down. Here's my
Okay.
Halo Infinite prediction.
Okay.
Halo Infinite is shown whatever capacity it is. It is announced that some portion of Halo Infinite is playable today. Either a multiplayer beta or some demo from the campaign. I think multiplayer beta is more likely, although I honestly don't think either is likely. But this is the game I'm playing. Some portion of Halo Infinite is playable today now.
I like your hotspot, kid. I like it. I like where you're going. I like what your stomach is saying. I like what your mouth is flapping. But that's never going to happen.
We'll see. We will see.
I respect you.
Yeah.
I respect that. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Matt had the chance to like kick it over to their side, so they gotta run it deeper. And Matt's like, "Nah, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna throw it down. Like, we're gonna get this touchdown." I like it. I mess with it.
I respect it.
I also don't know if any of my sports analogies were good right there. But
yeah, no, you were good. You did all right. I respected it.
Yeah, you got a home run.
I respected it. You got a hole in one, Jesus. My sport and me coming soon, guys. My number 2 is one that I keep going back to. I've said it time and time and time and time again. It's a series that I absolutely adore and love, though the games, unfortunately, moved very far away from what they should have been, in my opinion, which is Dead Rising. We all know that I love Dead Rising. I love zombie games. I love zombie worlds. It's definitely probably my second most played genre out there is zombie-fied anything. You give me zombies, I'm probably going to play it. So my thing is that I think we will get a brand new Dead Rising game shown at Microsoft's conference, but it will be a reboot of Dead Rising altogether. I think somewhere in my mind, again, this is not really part of my prediction, it's just me speaking it out here, which is somewhere in my mind of like a middle ground between Dead Rising 1 and Dead Rising 3. A middle ground between those type of games for me, where Dead Rising 1 was too time limit focused, a little bit too restrictive. 2 for me was almost perfect for what I felt that Dead Rising should be, apart from like the Zombrex having to go back and give it to your kid. Off the record, for me, was like the perfect balance. They brought back Frank. I don't think it'll be Frank. I think it'll be a brand new character I don't know if it'll be in a shopping mall or something, but just that is my prediction. Brand new Dead Rising game. Capcom have been on such a good roll as of lately, right? With Resident Evil, Monster Hunter. Like, they are just doing so well. I think Dead Rising has enough of a name where they don't want to lose that name for a game. I don't think it'll be exclusive, though. So I think we'll see it at Xbox. Brand new reboot. It won't be exclusive. That would be my prediction number 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably a solid shout. My only thinking then is you're right. Capcom are on a bit of a run at the moment with Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. Has Dead Rising, in their eyes, ever been of that caliber? I don't know.
But Resident Evil wasn't in that caliber for a long time. Like, I think Dead Rising, look at what Capcom have built now, right? Resident Evil, the next Resident Evil game that comes out, gonna sell numbers. The next Monster Hunter game that comes out, gonna sell numbers. They need to go deep within, don't get me wrong, they've got other series, obviously, Devil May Cry, plenty of other stuff. But I think they need to build something else up from the ground and go, this is our next generation video game that we can build another world around and more games around. I feel like that's what they need, personally.
Sure.
When did the last Dead Rising game come out?
Dead Rising 4 came out, 2017?
So was Capcom on
on the decline?
It was on the decline at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't start their comeback. Okay.
2016.
Because I was going to say
2016. I was 2016.
Okay, so yeah. Okay. So I could see that happening. I could see them like, we got everything under control here. We're doing good in all these aspects. Let's see what other franchise we can go back to that has hardcore support. And Dead Rising does have hardcore support. It has a lot of people who really love that franchise.
We know,
so I could definitely see this happening.
We know the game they was working on and the shoe they were working on, I believe they let go of. So I just feel like they may come a little bit more in-house, a little bit more not independent, because you know what I mean by that, though. Like, smaller focus and like, all right, let's figure out what we want this series to be again. Like, is it this serious game where it's too serious, where I think 3 was at, which it still had this silliness of combining weapons, but like the tone and grittiness, or is it the absolute dumbness of 1, and then we just don't speak about Resident Evil, sorry, Dead Rising 4. That's not, we don't talk about that. Number 3, Crash, what you got for me?
So with this franchise in particular, Microsoft's had somewhat of a history with. I think we get a new Splinter Cell game announced at the Microsoft conference.
Ooh.
I don't think it'll be an exclusive, but I will think it'll be Xbox marketing. Because I don't think we're going to get one at Ubisoft. But, maybe if I hold out hope at a Microsoft conference, maybe we'll finally get one that isn't a phone game. So
who's first? Is Xbox first? Or is Yubi first?
Yubi's first, right?
Yeah, I
Is
thought
Yubi
Yubi was
first?
first. I think Yubi's first.
I think Yubi's first.
Hmm.
I think.
See,
I
I
think that's
think-
why it's a bold prediction.
Because I think you've got more chance of them going, I think you've got end of the show, noise, and then it's see more at the Xbox conference, and then boom.
But here's my thing.
Sorry about my
If they don't
noises,
say
guys.
that's
Wait,
Splinter Cell.
just sorry about my noises. That was terrible. I'm sorry. I tried. Carry on.
If they don't say it's Splinter Cell and they just say wait for more at the Xbox conference and they announce the Splinter Cell at the Xbox conference, I'm just gonna say they technically announced it at the Xbox
No,
conference.
they did not.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'll discuss that later. We'll discuss that later.
We'll discuss that later.
I think me and you are going to be racing to it later then, Fix, because yeah, I think we'll discuss it later. We'll discuss it later.
Okay.
We'll discuss that when it happens, Crash.
If it
Discuss
happens,
when it
not gonna. Let's be real. The chances of us seeing Splinter Cell at all this year, not that likely.
I could see you getting a little cheeky half point somewhere here, but we'll I'll say what I think later.
Matt, what you got for our next one?
We get an Elden Ring release date.
Ooh.
Not a window, a date.
Interesting.
Will it hit that date? I don't know. But I think they go for a date.
So
You want to give us a time frame a little bit, you know?
I don't know.
Only if you want to. You don't have to. But I remember you saying that your predictions were really out there.
this isn't out there.
Yeah.
Fine.
This is weak. This is such weak sauce. It's ridiculous. This is like walking into a Nando's and ordering a lemon and herb chicken.
Yeah, who would do that?
Fresh hasn't got a clue. He ain't got a clue. Ain't
It's
got-
June. It's June.
June?
It's next June.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying
It's June.
this June. I was gonna say
2024. It's June. Matt will be waiting for his point
2022.
until like
you want to give
June
us.
comes
You,
around.
you want to give us.
Yeah.
You want to give us an exact release date?
No, I don't. I can get up the calendar
Here-
and check.
here-
No,
Here's
no,
what
no,
I'll
no,
say.
No.
Here's what I'll say, and Fix might agree with me. If you give us an exact release date and it hits that date, I'll give you 2 points.
Two? That is not worth it for two.
You just
If you
I'm with Crash. I'll give you 2 points if you get the exact date.
two, wow, you guys are so generous.
In
You guys
June.
are so generous.
I'll give you the points in June as well, though. Yeah, because it might be
here's
delayed.
I'll give you a week period. You can give us a week.
All right, the 17th to the 24th of June.
Alright.
That is the prediction. That is the prediction.
I respect it.
You
My
should write
question-
that down.
My question for you guys, more for you, Matt, is so what are you expecting from this? Because you've just said a release date, so you're just expecting them to like, hi, we're making Elden Ring. Here's our release date and walk off stage. Is like is that it? What are we getting here?
I think we get a little bit of gameplay and stuff.
So not a CG trailer, not a tease, not nothing like that. You think we're getting a full gameplay trailer for Elden Ring?
No. I think we get a gameplay trailer in inverted
In
quotes.
engine.
I think, which is and it's like 60% cinematic stuff.
Yeah, the
like,
in-engine trailers, like we got for-
75%.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we actually see like too much hands-on sticks gameplay of it, but I just don't think that's their style. I just don't think we get that.
I respect that.
What did I say? I need to make a note then. I said June 17th to the 24th.
Yep.
Because you guys are bullies and you made me actually.
You didn't have to do anything.
What? I'm many things, and bully is not one of them. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Go to the TikTok.
Look, just because you're cultivating like your own little My Xbox and Me TikTok audience over there, they don't even know who I am. They're just like, yo, this is welcome to My Xbox and Me. This is mine. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. We put
You're
5
mad
years
because
into
the guy
this.
who runs my Xbox and me.
Next up for me, my number 3 would be we are 100% going to see Compulsion Games' new game. Definitely. I'm putting my hat on that happening. And my thing is we will see Compulsion Games' new game. It's open world, third person, but not survival.
Yeah.
So that is I haven't got names or nothing like that. But I think their new game I think what they were trying to do with We Happy Few was good. I liked the ideas in which they had there. It just in the world they had built and the BioShock like, oh, this reminds me of Bioshock. It didn't play to their strengths in the end. I think if they take the crux of what they had, take away the survival part, and just make an open world third-person game, which is story-driven, I think they could do really well with the next game, especially with Game Pass and things like that. So I think that definitely gets... A game from Compulsion definitely gets announced, but my ideas would be those.
Is there any reason you think third person?
Sorry, I said third person. I meant first person. I said third. I meant first.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, first person, not third person. My apologies. Yeah, no. I wish it would be third person. It won't be.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for them to make a first person game since that's what they did last time. But yeah, first person. My bad.
That was my prediction, Fix. You literally stole.
Did you have that?
You bamboo. Yeah.
You've been bamboozled.
Find out new game Compulsion is working on. I didn't say third person, but I gave a release window.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay. I don't need that prediction. I got other predictions.
Oh, cool.
Well, I think. How crazy do you want this next one to be?
Crazy. I want to be so crazy. I want it to be so crazy. Snowbite Mike comes back to our podcast and gets hype and shoots Gatorade on your face. He literally goes through your wall where you're at and hits you in the face with a Gatorade bottle.
Okay, So, Xbox Redemption Arc, it's coming back. They're fixing everything. There's one game in the early days they messed up with it. It's gone. Everybody didn't want it, but now everybody wanted it. You know, everybody loves it.
Oh, wait. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Go on and say it.
Scalebound is back from the dead. That's all my prediction is.
Jeez.
It's just back from the dead.
Okay,
they can't.
Sure.
No way. You're safe. Snowball Mike's not coming. He's not punching you in the face. It's okay. It's okay. Damn. If that happens, Crash, wow. I will wet myself.
I think that's like the chance of that happening is, of all the predictions, I think probably like the least likely, to be honest. I just maybe not Matt's because Matt gave like a week window. Yeah.
Killer Instinct you're throwing out here, and you think?
I think Killer Instinct's
Killer Instinct.
Absolutely not. Scalebound. Scalebound.
Scalebound.
Why not? Why Killer Instinct?
No, because Killer Instinct will be. Go on.
Because Killer Instinct is like it's already an established Xbox franchise. There's more reason for them to go, and there's also more of a different type of market they'd be getting with the Killer Instinct than a Scalebound.
It feels their portfolio for they've got the best racing game, they've got the best this, they've got the best that. If they have Killer Instinct back and people care about it, they've got the best fighting game as well, which means they can go into Evo and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
and it'd be a perfect Game Pass game. So
Killer Instinct.
Well, Killer Instinct,
Killer Instinct, not Scalebound.
Yeah. Scalebound as well though, because then it takes all the risk out of it.
True.
I think I think as much as we know it wasn't coming along well, Scalebound, I think a part of that conversation must have been this is not going to sell well in the West, which back in the day was Xbox's biggest worry, right? Games were not selling well. Sunset Overdrive, any of their exclusives just didn't do well. We're in such a different world now from when Scalebound was announced. The devs, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I remember for a fact reading articles where he was saying he would still love to work on it, but Xbox own it. So Platinum, what are Platinum up to right now? Probably working on some Nintendo games. So they've got many studios. So it definitely could happen. It definitely could. I do believe in you.
It was the guy who made Nier Automata, right? So he's probably busy doing it Nier Automata stuff, to be honest. That game's been popping off, so.
But you never know.
Yep, very true.
You never know.
Number 4.
Number 4, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is featured in the Xbox show somehow, some way.
Everyone loves The Rock, innit? I've been listening to a bunch of E3 prediction stuff. Everyone's on The Rock. I'm like, guys, he's clearly in Fortnite, so that means we're gonna have to see Fortnite something with The Rock. Maybe. I don't know how. I think it's probably just a video of him in his gym saying that he likes Xbox or something like that. But somehow, some way, he's in the Xbox show.
I just wanna, Matt. I feel lied to.
Me too.
You told me you had some really out there. The Rock one is not out there.
All right, then fine. The
No,
Rock
no,
has
no,
his
no,
own
no.
game.
Wait. I don't want you. We're not letting you change your
We're
prediction.
not
at this
bullying
point.
you.
made
Yeah,
it.
we refuse to
I'm
bully
just
you
saying.
like this, okay? But you have not come with the heat the way you were claiming.
Yeah. You
I'm looking
claimed
at my
out
list,
there.
right?
Yeah.
I think I've got 1 point, and that is Starfield. Like, I don't actually think any of these things come off. But
I think the Rock one is very, very possible.
Definitely.
Because he just had the partnership
take it.
with Microsoft where they were giving out the fridges with his new energy drink.
Yeah.
And if he's
That's
going to be
true.
on Fortnite as
He's
well.
going to be in Fortnite,
that's
so
like-
it just depends who got the marketing for Fortnite, whether we'll see him in that. That leak came out where they data mined all that information. He was in there, LeBron was in there, like a bunch of other names.
no, I
so
missed that. So,
you don't pass into You're too busy playing on your Ouya,
instinct.
mate. I need you to
instinct.
lock in a little bit more, man.
Playing
Xbox.
on my Ouya. My Ouya on me. Coming next.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Number 4 for me. Man, what do you want? Do you want an out there one? Do you want an obvious one? Or do you want a sensible one?
I'd like an out there one.
You want an out
Yeah, I
there
was gonna
one
say,
for
you're-
me? I've
so-
got
I
two.
would like that.
I've got two out there ones. I'm not doing both. I'll tell you the other
Okay.
ones afterwards. Number 4 for me. Xbox have acquired a Japanese studio which is working on a first-party, original, turn-based JRPG. Do I know who that is? No. Do I have a no? But I think Phil has spent enough time over in Japan now. That is definitely a market they want to crack. They know that games like Yakuza are now selling well on the system. They're doing well in Game Pass. All the information is out there. It's a case of, can we find a studio with enough talent to make a game genre that we are extremely underrepresented in the Xbox ecosystem? And I think instead of trying to partner with somebody, they're going to want a Japanese studio that really allows them to control the market going forward. So that's my thing. I don't think we're going to see too many acquisition things, or if any, at this showcase, but I think we could get one, and I think this could be the one.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I could see you getting like partial points for this because I feel like they have Blue Dragon. That is a franchise they own that they could always dip into and put out a game for. So I could 100% see that happening. Yes, I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
So I could 100% see that happening. I don't know about the acquiring a Japanese studio part. That one's I don't know if they'll do. I don't personally think that they're going to do any acquisition stuff at this conference.
My
think it's gonna
heart
be very
tells me
game-focused.
you're right, but my body tells me I need them to come out and just be like, yo, and we bought this. Just because they've been on such a good flow of this, of like, God.
You know what they have to do? They have to be like, oh yeah, Skyrim and Starfield exclusives, and we bought your next favorite studio. We bought Square
Sega.
Enix or Sega.
And we bought Sega. Sonic is ours.
Eat that, Mario.
But yeah, that's my number 4. So your last one, that will be counted, Crash. What do you have?
I have a few options here. I think we're gonna go for a slightly safer one. You know, I want to end off on a nice little comfy bed so I can relax a little bit. You know, put my mind at ease.
I respect that.
And I think we're gonna go for that. We're gonna get Avowed gameplay and a release date for it.
Oh, a release date
Release
as well.
window. Release
Okay.
window. Not
Window.
date. Release
I respect
window.
That. I respect
Yeah.
that. I respect that.
So-
I respect that. You track back very fast there.
Yeah.
It's like you caught the football
Well,
and you
so
ran
let me
backwards
just-
and then you ran forwards. Football analogy. Yeah.
I confused myself because here I put release date, but then I also have release window next to it. I just confused myself. Okay, I wrote it incorrectly.
Sure.
Sometimes I'm stupid and I do dumb things.
problem.
Okay?
I respect that. I respect that. Okay. Avowed gameplay release window.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a good one. I'd hope for that.
Matt. Last
Yeah.
one. What you got?
We see Fable
Oh,
in some form.
okay.
I do not think it's gameplay, but the actual prediction here, I guess, is that, and you guys can decide how granular you need me to get with this. We know that there's going to be a British actor cast in Fable in some sort of a key role.
I
Right?
bloody hope
That's
so.
kind of a
The
given.
game's based
That's
in
kind of a
England.
given. I think that person will have appeared in a Lord of the Rings film before. That's my prediction.
I'll give you that. That's fine. That you don't even need to get granular. Just
Cool.
Just.
Yeah,
The real prediction is this Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman's going to be in the next Fable game. But give me the cast of the Lord of the Rings.
I'll give you the whole cast. I'll give it all to you. I will. Gresh,
I'll give you a point for every person that appears.
Every single person that appears, I'm giving you a point right now, baby.
Okay. Deal.
I'm definitely not doing that because I will lose. But you know, I'll give you.
That also gives me Andy Serkis, and I think
it does.
You know, like that's a good kind of umbrella. So that's what I'm gonna go for.
That's fair. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one in terms of like how out there it is. You know, at first it was Fable, and it's like we're probably not gonna see Fable. That's a little out there, and then you added spice to it. I like when people add spice to things.
Sure.
You know, you went into an Indian shop and you ordered a korma, and then you looked at the woman and she was like, "Are you sure?" And then you came back and was like, "I'll have a vindaloo instead." And I respect that.
That's it.
How many people, we're so American based, how many people do you think listen to the podcast and go, I don't even know what half these people are talking about half the time?
I'm gonna be honest, you said all those words, and I was still like 5 of them.
I love our show. I've got to say, can we just take a second?
Okay.
Just sit back, relax, grab a beer, grab some water, grab some milk, do whatever you gotta do.
Don't drink milk.
I love whoa.
I love drinking.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Rich. Don't do it.
This ain't the spot.
This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I love this show.
Go on.
I'm just letting you know. That's all I want to
me
say.
too.
I wanted to say that. I love this show. Tell me another podcast that stops in the middle of their podcast to appreciate their own podcast. You can't find one.
Appreciate milk.
To appreciate milk. Email him, my Xbox and me podcast@gmail.com. Do you like drinking milk? Alright, number 5 from me.
Yep.
I'm looking. I've got spicy, I've got medium, I've got lemon and herb.
I think you go wherever you want to.
Yeah,
So
I'm
we're
gonna
at number
go.
5.
I'm going lemon and herb.
Spicy all day.
I'm going lemon and herb. Final Fantasy VII remake with DLC in Game Pass today.
With DLC in Game Pass. That's where you lost me.
Today.
Today I could see Final Fantasy VII.
You know that's impossible, right?
You know that.
I'm gonna give you a chance right now because I feel a little bad, and maybe Matt.
I know the DLC is a year exclusive as well, but I still wanted to go with it's.
I'm gonna let you walk this back a little bit. Matt can deny this and veto this at any point, but I'm gonna let you walk this back if you want to.
Walk it back. I'll let him walk it back.
Fine.
Do you?
If you let me say also the cast of Harry Potter, I'll let you walk this one back.
I think that's too much. I think you covered too much.
Half of England.
That's it.
Half of England. Look, okay, fine. Final Fantasy remake in Game Pass today.
Day one. Okay.
Today.
All right.
Today.
Still
That's
think it's
bold,
bold, but okay.
Nah, that's not bold. I generally feel like they've come to Xbox have like met Square where they're like, hey, we've got money, you need money. Okay, here we go, let's go. Like Square is so obvious in need of cash all of the time.
I think it's bold that it's a today prediction. I think
I think it'll come to Game Pass.
I just don't want to be a wimp. You know?
Yeah, well, I respect
I
it.
respect it.
Right,
if you don't want to be a rimp, you would add the DLC back though.
I tell you what, Gresh, I definitely don't want to be a rimp. Definitely don't want to be a rimp ever.
I said a wimp.
No, you didn't.
I said
You
a wimp.
You
I said a
rip.
roll
You
it
said
back.
rip.
Please, somebody roll it back. Matt, this is going to be the perfect TikTok for you so you can prove me right. If you prove me wrong, don't make a TikTok.
Don't put it out. Don't put it out. How dare you, sir? How dare you? All right, bonus ones for Xbox. Crash, what did you have? What were the couple of bonus ones
Like
you didn't say?
all of our extra ones?
Yeah, what did you have for your extra for Xbox?
So I had one of them was we will only see Starfield from Bethesda, and then the next one, which contradicts that, is we see Indiana Jones gameplay and get a 2022 release date. Mm-hmm. We find out Compulsion is working on a game. We finally see Everwild gameplay and get a release date. When I say release date, a lot of times I mean release window. I gotta get better at that.
Yeah.
There is mention of Game Pass and xCloud, but no big focus on it. And all games, with the exception of 2, will have gameplay shown. Where were my leftovers.
That's
Matt?
out there one, but okay, yeah. The only one I had that we didn't get to, I also had Halo Battle Royale, some sort of mode with 60+ players, but Crash stole that one from me. And then the only other one I had was Wolfenstein 3 announced.
Oh.
But
Okay. Yeah, we've all gone very Xbox centric. We're not Bethesda people in here, clearly. I'm the same. I got Psychonauts 2 available now in Game Pass. I feel like
been rumored quite
that's
heavily,
very obvious. And then my other one, which was super out there, which was Xbox have bought Rocksteady Studios, NetherRealm Studios, Monolith Productions, Games Boston, Avalanche Software, Pandemic, WB Montreal, and WB Games San Francisco, and WB Games San Diego.
I mean, sure.
Wishful thinking.
I think you should make that one of your
thinking.
actual predictions.
Nah, I'm good.
Switch it over.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
If you think so.
You know, I'm good.
I'll give you 5 points for that one if it comes right. If it comes through, you add it in
I
there.
get bonus points for something I didn't even predict, yeah? I respect that. Imagine they come out and they're like, we've bought every studio apart from the San Diego studio. I'm like, no! How dare you?